I love credit card points. I like airport lounges. I like hotel upgrades. I just really like getting credit back on things that I was going to buy anyway. But after upgrading to more premium cards, I did notice something slightly different with my spending habits. Some of these perks were actually making me spend more money. This all made me realize that there's a huge difference between getting rewarded for the purchases that you're already going to make versus spending on things because you wanted to get the reward. So today I want to walk you through some of the credit card perks that quietly made me want to spend a little bit more money, a few other traps I've started noticing, and some of the rules that I use so that the credit cards actually fit into my lifestyle. Let's start with number one, and this one is an obvious one for me, and it is the premium hotel perks. I have Amex Platinum, and one of the benefits I genuinely enjoy using is the credit for their fine hotels and resorts and the hotel collection. And the perks can be really nice. You get $600 credit per year. You may get breakfast, a property credit, early check-in when available, late checkout, and even sometimes a room upgrade. So I open the Amex portal and think, okay, so I have this hotel credit, I need to use it. Here are some places we want to travel this year. But here's where things start to get a little fuzzy. Maybe without the credit, I would have booked a perfectly fine hotel for a $350 per night. Then I look at fine hotels and resorts collection and I see this beautiful property for $600 a night. All of a sudden, I'm doing the credit card math and justifying, well, I'm getting the $300 credit. And after that, I somehow convinced myself that $600 per night hotel is a better option for us. It is not. This is just a nicer hotel. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with paying extra for all these perks and getting a nicer hotel. The problem is when I tell myself that I'm saving money because I'm getting a property credit and breakfast for two and maybe a room upgrade. Just because I have a hotel credit, that doesn't make my budget any larger. Number two, Resy credit made me want to eat out more. The next one is a perfect example because this benefit is actually really good. With Amex Platinum, I get $400 in Resy credit per year. And that gets divided into 4 quarters. So every quarter, I get $100 to spend at a restaurant. And I live in San Francisco. There are a ton of great restaurants here. The problem is sometimes we'll realize that we haven't used our credit until it's towards the end of the quarter. And suddenly I'm on Resy looking for places to go. Not because we planned this in advance or because it's a special occasion, just a random night, only because we have to use this credit. And use it or lose it is one of the most expensive phrases in personal finance. If we stay home and make dinner, then we may spend $20, $30 on a grocery bill. San Francisco restaurants are so expensive, so if we go out to a nice restaurant, there's no way that we're spending below $200. So if we go to a last-minute restaurant because we have $100 and spend $200, do we save $100? Technically, yes, but it also costs an outing that might not have happened otherwise. And I think this is where premium cards can be sneaky, especially for high earners, because you're probably not looking at the $100 thinking, oh my God, this destroyed my finance. It's affordable. You can afford it, but that's a trap because these are expenses that can slowly drive up your spending. That's exactly why lifestyle inflation can happen so quickly. Number three, I bet Lululemon I didn't even really want. When this credit came out, I was actually excited because I told myself I already wear a ton of Lululemon, so spending this credit is not an issue for me. But after using this credit for a few times, there were a couple quarters where I got very close to the end of expiration date and I was shopping last minute trying to find something. So instead of thinking, what do I actually need in my wardrobe? I'm looking for something that's around $75 that I can buy. And if something is $98, well, that's only $23 more, but it's $23 more than what you had planned to pay. And even worse, if you haven't used your credit and you're getting closer to the end of quarter, you might be panic buying and getting something that you kind of like. And I'm not saying just let the credit expire. All I'm saying is maybe plan ahead and have a wish list or a short list of things that you need so you have an idea of what you need to get. Number 4, airline loyalty card make me spend more money. I have the United Quest card. I mainly got this card for the travel credit and additional miles that I can earn whenever I travel with United. So when I'm booking a flight, there have definitely been times where other good airlines had cheaper tickets than United, sometimes significantly cheaper, and I still booked United. And I justified the additional spending with, well, I'm working towards status, I'm earning additional miles, it's convenient, all my points are there. There's real value in airline loyalty, especially if you travel frequently. But I think there's a point where loyalty becomes very expensive. If United is $300 and another airline is $290, fine, I'm booking United. If United is $300 and there's another airline that's $200, now I need to justify why I'm paying the extra $100. Because sometimes even if you have status, you may not benefit from all the perks that the status comes with, especially if you don't travel as much the following year. And same thing can happen when you're getting closer to your next tier. Suddenly you're planning for your next trip and putting more spend on that card that you weren't planning before. And at some point you have to ask yourself, like, what is the status worth to me? What would I personally pay cash for these benefits? Because if I spend $1,000 throughout the year to earn benefits that I would have paid $300 for, I don't think it would be worth it. Number 5, travel credits that change how I book. I have the Capital One Venture X and I get $300 per year on travel when I book through their portal. I also have Chase Sapphire Preferred and I get $100 hotel credit when I book through the Chase portal. These are great benefits, especially if you have a trip planned and the portal gives you access to really competitive rates on hotels or even flights. Here I've noticed another psychological trap. Once I know I have either $100 or $300 sitting in the portal, I keep wanting to go to the portal to book travel using my credit. Instead of starting with what's the best hotel for this trip, I'm just automatically going to a portal to book something. Let's say a hotel booked directly is $250, but the hotel I want through the portal is $340, and I have the $100 credit. It's tempting to say it's only $240, but that's not necessarily the right comparison because I would have chosen a different hotel if I didn't have the credit sitting in my portal. That's why I'm trying to separate the two questions. Would I book this hotel anyway? And is this the best place to actually book it? Number 6, food and Uber credits are another sneaky one. Like I mentioned earlier with Resy, the food credit I think is the easiest way for you to like overspend. My Chase Sapphire has DoorDash benefits and my Amex has $15 Uber credit every month, $20 in December. There have definitely been months where I realized, oh, I still haven't used my $15 Uber credit, but I actually don't need an Uber. I'll just open up Uber Eats instead. And this is where it gets so easy for me to overspend because I'm usually ordering for my husband and I, and 2 meals can get to $40 plus tip, tax, fees. It could easily get to $50. Sometimes close to $60. So I used my $15 credit, but I also spent another $30, $40 on top of that. And yet somehow my brain wants to categorize that as, okay, I used my credit, not I spent extra $30. And number 7, the last perk is spend more and save more. I think this is one of the most dangerous perks out there. And this isn't specific to one card. Amex has it, Chase, Capital One, all credit cards offers these perks. And you've seen them, the targeted merchant promotions. They're spend $250 and get $50 back, or spend $500 and get 10% back, or you earn extra points. I hate to admit it, but these actually work on me. Because I see one brand that I really like and I think to myself, oh, I've been meaning to buy something from there. Or did the offer just remind you that the store exists and you should shop there? Those are two different things. And here's the only math that really matters. If you were already going to spend $250, then you saved $50. If you were going to spend $0, you spent $200. So how do I keep these credit cards without letting them control my spending? So here are the 5 questions I'm trying to use now. Question number 1, would I buy this without the perk? If yes, that's great. If no, it's not an automatic no. Just slow down and realize what I'm spending my money on. Question 2, what is the incremental cost? Don't ask yourself, how much am I spending on this? Ask, how much more am I spending because of this perk? Rule 3, points break ties. If 2 flights are close in price, loyalty can break the tie. But I'm not trying to spend a lot more just because one option will give me better rewards. Rule 4, let the credit expire. This one hurts, I know. You don't need an extra legging that you're probably not gonna wear. And you don't need to create a weekend getaway because you have an extra $100 you need to spend on hotel. Rule 5, calculate the real value of your credit card. Credit card companies will show you a massive list of benefits and tell you thousands of dollars worth of value in their credit card. I don't care about the potential value. I care about my value and what I actually use. I just want to say I still love credit cards. I like earning points and using some of the benefits. And I'm absolutely going to keep using the perks that make sense to me. I'm just going to be watching how much I actually spend. Are there any credit card perks out there that make you want to spend a little bit more money? Please comment below. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.